Just ahead on CTV News, flu and measles outbreaks are on the rise in the state. We have the numbers and precautions your family needs to stay safe. And Attorney General Brown releases new findings on health insurance denials and the disadvantage to Marylanders.
You don't have to face the health care billing and coverage system alone.
Plus, Senator Chris Van Hollen stops in the county to talk economic growth.
We are now working to try to prevent the damage from getting worse and then begin to repair some of the damage.
These stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for January 12th. I'm Anaya Falcon.
And I'm Michaela Newton. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, topping our news tonight, the Maryland Health Department is on high alert over a potential measles exposure. According to officials, one person infected with measles traveled through Maryland from January 7th to 8th. The individual took several modes of public transportation, including an Amtrak train, an Amtrak BWI shuttle, and BWI airport parking shuttle. Remember, measles is a highly contagious disease that spreads through the air when an infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes. Maryland had 3 cases last year and 1 in 2024. Meanwhile, Maryland's Attorney General has released the findings related to health insurance denials. During a press conference today, Attorney General Anthony Brown announced the results from his office's Health, Education, and Advocacy Unit annual report. Brown says through the advocacy unit, his office was able to save Marylanders $2.6 million. However, it was also revealed that many Marylanders were denied coverage, and those that were never appealed their denials. The data shows that only 10% of adverse decisions were challenged, and that on average, 55% of those denials were reversed.
So many more people out there for whom care is being denied, coverage is being denied, and the insurance industry knows this. They know this. They know that many people are not aware of their rights, that people won't necessarily act on their rights because only 10% do, and that's for me the greatest concern.
And Marylanders seeking help can contact the Health, Education, and Advocacy Unit's hotline number at 410-528-1840.
And Senator Chris Van Hollen joined the Greater Prince George's Business Roundtable today to discuss his work to support economic growth in Prince George's County. During the meeting in Upper Marlboro, Senator Hollen discussed the investments Team Maryland has secured for the county and efforts to fight against the impact of Donald Trump and Republicans' cuts to important federal agencies and their workforces in Maryland. Senator Hollen says he's dedicated to working to protect the Prince George's County economy.
I'm very focused on trying to make sure that the federal agencies that have their home here in Prince George's County continue to be stable, and that the people who work in those agencies are allowed to do their good work on behalf of the American people. It's important for the country. It's also important for the economy of Prince George's County.
Senator Hollen says he's committed to continuing to support investments that strengthen local economy, job creation, workforce development, and infrastructure modernization. The county's fire and EMS department is investigating an overnight house fire in Accokeek. First responders were called to the 1100 block of Ellingwood Drive around 2:30 a.m. Flames from the fire could be seen coming out of the second floor. As of now, 3 adults and 2 children have been displaced, and no injuries have been reported. Investigators are working to determine the cause of the fire.
Maryland House Speaker Jocelyn Peña-Melnick is kicking off her first session leading the House with a major challenge, closing a $1.5 billion budget deficit. The Prince George's and Anne Arundel County Democrat says her focus will be on affordability, health care, and protecting immigrants, all while keeping civility front and center in Annapolis. Peña-Melnick says tax increases are off the table, meaning lawmakers will face tough budget choices as the session moves forward.
In 2025, Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers hit a record number of arrests here in Maryland. According to the Deportation Data Project, between January 1st and October 15th, more than 3,300 people in Maryland were arrested by ICE. 50.9% arrested had no criminal charges, and only 1/3 had criminal convictions. The project recorded that in 2024, there was about 1,400 arrests in Maryland and nearly 400 from the last 4 months of 2023.
Meanwhile, a Maryland lawmaker from Prince George's County is proposing legislation that would limit who can work in state law enforcement. Delegate Adrian Boafo's Icebreakers Act of 2026 would block some ICE officers, specifically those who joined the agency after January 20th of last year, from being hired by Maryland state police agencies. According to WTOP, Boafo argues Maryland should not hire officers he believes are contributing to fear in immigrant communities. You're watching CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Anaya Falcon. Still to come, are you tired of loud noise disturbing the peace in your neighborhood? Well, a pilot program is testing out noise traffic cameras in the county.
We'll bring you details on where and how one could soon end up on your block. After the break, stay with us.
Come on, move. Of course, there aren't any spots. A few minutes won't hurt anybody. Thanks, Grandma.
Paralyzed Veterans of America works tirelessly every day to create a more accessible America. Let's leave the accessible spaces to the people who actually need them. Whatever the reason, excuses don't excuse. Join PVA and be part of the solution. Honor the spot.
Hi, I'm Elijah. In the summer, I like playing basketball on the trampoline. When I'm hungry, it affects me. Like if I'm trying to read, I'll go to sleep, or if I'm trying to do something around class, I'll get distracted. When I grow up, I want to be a robotic engineer. I want to build robots that can help around the house. Helping people makes me feel proud of myself.
Welcome back. With just 2 days away from the start of the Maryland General Assembly, Governor Wes Moore announced 3 new appointments to the House of the Delegates this morning. Starting with 2 representing Prince George's County, we have Derek Colley for District 24. He also appointed Daryl Odom, Sr. for District 27A seat, who also represents Charles County as well. The governor also appointed Gabriel Marino to District 13, representing Howard County. And meanwhile, the Prince George's County Council selected their 11th member, Danielle Hunter, to fill the vacant District 6 seat. Hunter is filling the council seat left vacant after Walla Begay was appointed to the at-large seat. Hunter was chosen among nearly 24 applicants for the seat, which encompasses much of the central part of the county. During the virtual meeting, County Executive Aisha Braveboy threw her support behind Hunter. During her pitch, Hunter shared her commitment to the community.
In my volunteer capacity, through my work with my husband, who happens to be an Air Force veteran and a commercial pilot, I've taken a keen interest in exposing young students the opportunities in the aviation industry. Hopefully, through this work, we'll create a new group of pilots raised in Prince George's County.
She will have to run again for the District 6 seat in December when the term is up.
With Congressman Steny Hoyer announcing he's not running for re-election, that's opening the door for many people to run for his seat. Hoyer has served District 5 for nearly 45 years. In his announcement last week, the 86-year-old says it was time for someone else to take over. So far, at least 9 people have filed to run for the seat, and more people are expected to throw their names in the hat. Delegate Nicole Williams and Bowie Mayor Tim Adams are notable officials who may also get into the race.
And a local town gets a new noise camera, and it's near a county-run school. A noise camera has been installed in the town of University Park at the intersection of Adelphi Road and Van Buren Street in front of Northwestern High School. The device will be used to measure the noise made from cars and issue warnings to vehicles that go over 85 decibels or more. Local leaders say loud engine noise from cars has become a growing concern in the community.
It will monitor the noise levels of vehicles that are going by because, you know, there's actually a state standard. And if your car is, you know, putting out noise above a certain decibel threshold, it's not street legal. It's not considered roadworthy. And that's because that noise has an adverse effect on human health.
The traffic camera, which is a part of the pilot program, will begin and run through June 30th by Prince George's County Police.
22 Montgomery County Public Schools employees were flagged during a recent background check review as the district worked through a backlog of more than 10,000 screenings. According to Bethesda Today, MCPS said that 2 employees were flagged for disqualifying criminal charges, while 20 others had what are known as indicated findings from Child Protective Services. CPS findings don't mean a criminal conviction, but MCPS says they're reviewed internally and any criminal cases go through due process and disciplinary procedures. And Maryland prisons have seen an uptick in violence after 13 incarcerated people were killed by other prisoners in 2025. This represents a 44% increase over last year's total and the highest total for the state since 2012. The rate of prisoner assaults on staff or other prisoners increased by 50% year over year, and handcrafted weapons have been confiscated at triple the rate of previous years. Ashby, Maryland Council 3, the union representing state correctional officers, blames the decline in safety on staffing shortages.
And a new audit reveals a major mistake by the Department of Labor, resulting in a loss of nearly $760 million. The report uncovered that Maryland overpaid more than $800 in unemployment benefits since the COVID-19 pandemic and missed the chance to recover some of the funds. According to the auditors, the chance to collect the overpayments passed in May of 2025. The Labor Department says they are taking the findings very seriously and working to recover as much as they can going forward. And Maryland whistleblowers have gotten vocal against 2 senior state officials asking for accountability and federal oversight. This all stems from an alleged SNAP scandal in the Maryland Department of Human Services. The whistleblowers claim that a plan was drawn up to maintain a high error rate on food stamp payments in an effort to delay $240 million worth of federal penalties. Maryland Governor Wes Moore believes the allegations are false and that Maryland residents will see the findings of their investigation. And still to come on CTV News.
A former athlete is using skills he learned on the field to teach kids about technology.
That story and more after the break.
Dear Santa, I hope you are having a good day in the North Pole. Is it cold all the time there? Is that why your cheeks are so rosy? I bet all of your reindeer are very excited.
All right, guys.
Is your beard long? My dad's is scratchy. My mom says I'm a good helper. But you didn't come last year. Was my chimney broken? Or did you forget? I do that sometimes. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate to Toys for Tots and help the Marines deliver hope to a child in need.
In this place, strength means something different. It means us all being together and doing our thing. talk all you want, but there's still no place like this place.
There's nearly 678,290,000 kids under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? Well, children who live to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines matter so much. For 40 years, Rotary and partners have delivered vaccines globally. Like here and even here, in your neighborhood and around the world, Rotary is ensuring children grow up safe from preventable diseases.
Are you looking for more in this world? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, those driven by purpose. We are the Peace Corps, volunteers, partners, communities in more than 60 countries, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you ready to serve boldly, to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
Welcome back. Transgender athlete rights are on the line starting tomorrow when the U.S. Supreme Court will review laws in 2 cases from West Virginia and Idaho. The justices will be deciding whether or not the laws in these cases violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. The West Virginia case includes a review over whether the state's law violates Title IX rights, while the case in Idaho dives into a 2020 law that bans trans athletes from competing on women's and girls' sports teams. Nearly 30 states have laws that ban trans students from taking part in sports consistent with their gender identity.
And in Prince George's County, one man started his organization that teaches students about technology. He developed a curriculum for all students and all ages.
CTV's Jonathan Hunter got an inside look at what Technique Kids is doing for the community.
Everybody ready to talk about Technique Kids today? Yeah! All right. On any given Friday, you'll run into Brian Goodwin at New Chapel Christian Academy. Once a week, he works with a kindergarten class. They were given the task to build a computer.
This is Windows 11.
Oh, yeah, Windows 11. Okay, So what they actually learned was parts of a computer, like a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, and a CPU. And then from there, they actually built it from the materials they had at home. And that's what Technique Kids is all about. The goal is to prepare the next generation of tech leaders. The organization provides tutoring, summer camps, and after-school programs where students learn about coding, AI, and game design. For some reason, there's a misconception that there has to be a certain age when you start introducing technology concepts, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. The best time is right now where their curiosity and their imagination is still running wild. Keon Hill is the principal. He says he was ecstatic when he had the opportunity to bring the program to his school.
First initial reaction was excitement. I'm thinking about just having a cutting-edge approach to education. We're going into 2026 and being able to introduce our scholars to technology, coding, AI, all the things that's going to be necessary for their advancement at the ages between 2 and 5. I think that separates us.
Going forward, Goodwin is hoping that one of his students can invent something that will change the world. Fictional character, T'Challa, from Black Panther, where he's very smart and intellectual and invented a lot of things in the Kingdom of Wakanda. I'm hoping these kids dream like that, where they build their own Wakanda in the real world. In Camp Springs, Jonathan Hunter, CTV News.
And you may wonder why Goodwin decided to start the organization.
As a former athlete, he tried his best to find a coaching job, but was unsuccessful. So he decided to coach kids through technology.
Aspiring journalists, listen up. Today is the deadline to apply for the Washington Association of Black Journalists Urban Journalism Workshop. Participants meet for 8 weeks to get hands-on training, mentorship from experienced journalists, and visit newsrooms across the DMV. The workshop is currently in its 40th year. We spoke with WABJ President Phil Lewis on the organization's commitment to excellence.
Probably one of the most notable members for people in the DC area right now, Lorenzo Hall. Actually, Lorenzo Hall did the program in the early 2000s. He's a news anchor at WUSA 9. We have Drew Costley, who is a environment and health equity reporter in New Orleans. So we teach students how to write stories, how to fact check. We teach them other aspects of hands-on training that journalists get. And what's really cool about the program is that they're getting this hands-on experience from journalists who are actually in the field right now. So that's a really cool aspect that a lot of high schoolers actually don't get. So we're really excited about it. 2026 will be the 40th anniversary of the program. So we're really excited about that.
The last day to apply for this workshop. For more information and to apply, visit wabjdc.org.
And while a DMV coffee shop chain is expected to close a third of its locations, including one in College Park, Compass Coffee will be closing its doors after the chain filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They currently operate 25 coffee shops across the DMV and plan to close 10 of them. The coffee chain recently completed negotiations with a strategic buyer to file a purchase agreement for the remaining leases. The company was originally founded in 2014 by two former Marines in D.C. And don't go away just yet. It's almost time for our Monday sports page.
That's right. Simon is back. What's going on in sports today?
What's up, sports fans? I'm back and have some news from the worlds of basketball and football waiting for you on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
It's traumatizing when you have a sick child. Then you are tired, very, very tired. The doctors told us, you are a part of the medical team. You need to sleep, eat, drink, shower, because when you are healthy, you can take care of your child. The Ronald McDonald House is next to the hospital. They have a washing machine, kitchen, beds were very good, but it's also being with parents of other children that are sick. So you can talk and you can cry and maybe you can laugh, but it's very important for healing yourself. The house understood what our needs were. There was someone that gave you a hug, a cup of tea, and that's very important, just to have someone who is taking care of you a little bit.
Are you looking for more in this world? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, those driven by purpose. We are the Peace Corps, volunteers, partners, communities in more than 60 countries, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you ready to serve boldly, to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
We are the keepers of the wild. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving the natural landscapes that define our nation. Nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters. Together with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. So get out there and enjoy.
What's going on, sports fans? Hope you all had a great weekend. I know I did, watching the Eagles lose last night. But anyway, we begin your Monday sports series with a quick preview of some high school hoops action taking place tonight. First up on the boys' side of things, the Laurel Spartans will travel to Columbia to face off against River High School to try and get their fourth win of the season. Next up, the 4-1 Sarasville Lady Hornets will host Thomas Stone. And finally, the Friendly High School girls basketball squad, who is still looking for their first win of the season, took the court at 5:30 versus Calvert High School. And tune in right here to CTV Sports tomorrow because I have some exciting highlights for you all. Switching gears to some news from the gridiron, a familiar face is coming back to College Park as defensive lineman LaVon Johnson will return to the UMD football team in 2026. Johnson played with the Terps for the first 2 years of his college career before transferring to Texas for the 2025 season, where he played in only 7 games. In his last season at Maryland, Johnson recorded 14 tackles and half a tackle for loss in 8 games before missing the other 4 due to injury. The 6'3" and 311-pounder looked to add some depth to the D-line after Maryland lost former players Cam Rice and Dylan Fontes. And sticking with Terps talk, the Lady Terps basketball team fell to Ohio State yesterday at home, 89-76. They will return to action against USC on Thursday at 9 o'clock. And the men's basketball team also dropped a game over the weekend, losing to UCLA 67-55. Head coach Buzz Williams and company will face off next against USC tomorrow at 10:30. Meantime, the Burgundy and Gold made headlines over the weekend as the team has found their next offensive coordinator with the hiring of former assistant quarterbacks coach David Blau. This comes after the team and former OC Cliff Kingsbury mutually agreed to part ways. Blau was a hot candidate to lead a team's offense as Washington blocked him from having interviews with the New York Jets, Detroit Lions, and Chicago Bears. Blau will look to improve a unit that ranked 22nd in total offense in 2025. I hope Blau can not only unlock Jaden Daniels, but the offense as a whole's potential in 2026. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Capitals fell to the Nashville Predators yesterday, 3-2. Their next opponent will be the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And that wraps up your Monday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be mostly clear out with calm winds. Tomorrow it's going to be nice and sunny with a high of 49. Wednesday it'll be 52 degrees, but we will have a 30 to 60% chance of rain. Thursday we'll have a high of 41 and a low of 22, and some rain or light snow.
And for our community calendar tomorrow afternoon, the Glenarden Branch Library is celebrating Black heritage with a screening of Selma, Lord Selma. The movie tells the story of an 11-year-old girl in Alabama who is touched by a speech from Martin Luther King and decides to become a devout follower. This screening takes place from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., but for more information, contact the branch manager at 301-772-5477.
And do you have a story to tell? You can reach out to our CTV News tip line.
Give us a call at 301-386-4085, or you can send an email to ctvnews@pgctv.org. As always, we look forward to hearing from you. All right, that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.
Pick up! Joe, pick up the phone. Open up, man.
Connection saves lives. Reach out and check in on a loved one today.
To a child battling a critical illness, a wish can feel like a dream. But with your help, it isn't out of reach. Wishes are an important part of medical treatment. A chance for kids to see themselves stronger, braver, to see that the impossible is possible. Wishes can give kids the strength to fight, to get better, to grow up.